and because there's different steps that you have to remember to hook it all up the right way to make sure it turns on and everything else.
You know, also, what did you learn in the process?
We learned to hook up and know what a VGA cord is, and how to hook up the internet to each computer to make sure that their internet works. And there's a lot more stuff.
Danielle's probably the most techie person, but this is big for her because normally she's behind a computer and not in front of a bunch of people. Yes.
So were they pulled out of other classes to help with tech issues? And then if so, how did they make up the work that they missed from being pulled out?
They gave their summers to come in and do this. So this was part of their, at the very end of summer, they gave up for a week, maybe. They came in a few days, maybe. They went through and got it knocked out rather quickly because there was a group of them. But I mean, they let's say a week, maybe two. I'm not for sure. I can't remember now. But they came in at the very end part of the summer before the teachers got back kind of into the swing of things. They came in right before that. Did you show them everything? Yeah, that's fine.
One of the things I thought about as far as pulling students out, I'm going to go talk to my technology advisor and get it in her back pocket. Because if it's an exploratory class, then you might get the students there. Then those students can probably be pulled out and they can do whatever they need to during that hour. Here's a suggestion. That's how I'm going to try to play it.
Well, now we're very fortunate because we're a leader in me middle school, so we have what's called leadership time at the very beginning of each day. And during this leadership time, then they've been pretty nice about letting me pull students out because they're acting in leadership roles to do this. If it's content time, I do not pull from content time. The only time I would ever pull from content time is because, first of all, because it's the message that's being sent. But the only time I would ever pull from content time would be if we had some visitors coming to our school where the kids had to do some type of presentation maybe on what they're doing, which that's never even happened. But if it did, then I would be, not for IT has, for others it has, but that's when I would pull from content time. But other than that, they have related arts for the day, something that you can pull them out from.
Leader of youth time, probably that hour, and then that technique class, you have the kids embedded in there, like the class.
Oh yes. If you have any type of extra class or in there, yeah, then that would probably be pretty much. Are there any other questions? Is that one of your main concerns when you're starting these programs? For you guys, is it when to take the kids from class? Is that one of the main concerns? Do you guys have, if you can't pull from class, you'll have to do it either before school or after school. I have 4 curriculums. I have 4 little boys at home, and I do a lot of things. So I come in most days at between 7 and 7:10 in the morning. And what I'll do is I'll have my kids make it in, right? And then we'll start our day at that time. And a lot of the kids, their parents are okay. They want them in leadership roles. So they're I have one little boy who's like the main producer. He couldn't be here with us today, and he is. There's a group of 3 that are my staples, that are the same every week. I have the same 2 cameramen that are trained in to do this, and then I have him who's kind of over what's going on. And I told him, you're going to be the one that they're going to come to, and that's what I wanted. I wanted to take that responsibility, and he was okay with that. He wanted that. And great kid. He's doing a great job with it. Some of the kids get burnt out halfway through the year, and then you get new ones that come on board. These guys are diversified in everything. That's why they came with me. They do different parts of STLP, so they can present with me on the help desk and on the news. Katie probably does more of the news. I think Katie and Zoe they probably do they're the main ones that do more with the news, this group. I'll let you guys know. Katie knows the process, and I'll show them the forms, Katie. Well, you guys, just tell me where you want to start.
Start with what you did when you could. Okay.
When we first come in the mornings, we fill out a script and assign jobs, and the script, I think she's showing you. And after we fill out the script and we get the people that we assign the jobs, we'll get them individually and film their section of the news. And once we get every part filmed, you know, we do like a club spotlight and a teacher feature each week. And so we'll have to get all of them and film all their sections of the news. And then after that, we put all the videos together on iMovie. We use iMovie. And we edit the video, you know, we cut out the parts that we don't need and, you know, add the music and the titles and everything. And then once we get all of it put together and edited, we put it on the school website, I'm pretty sure, and on YouTube. Yes.
Quick question, I came in late, so I apologize if you already addressed this. What type of camera are you using? Using an iPad, using camera?
We use iPad minis.
Okay, so you're using it.
Last year we used it. We have like almost like a flip camera. We have just a regular camera with a tripod. The quality is not as great as what the iPad minis. So we can choose our level of like HD that we want when we upload it. So it gives it a more professional look. If you go to our webpage, you'll notice the difference from last year when we were shooting with a regular camera to when we started shooting with the iPad minis. Great thing about iPad minis too is if you have a green screen room, our kids, because we're recording so many sessions, they don't really have sessions. I guess they don't have a lot of time to go to the green screen room. Until I'm a regular classroom teacher. I'm not a media specialist, and that's in the library. I don't have time to go down to the library, and and a lot of times they don't have access to it unless someone's with them. So if you are using the iPad mini, and they have, there's an app, green screen. Is that what you'll have to look at it maybe on one. It's probably on the blue iPad.
It's on that.
Okay, we'll look at it when we're finished recording. But there's an app, and it will put a nice background for you, and you can record with a green screen, and that's cool. You can put anything behind you. I think when we interviewed our superintendent, he had a jungle behind him last May.
And that's an app.
Yeah, it's an app. Yeah, it's an app. So it's wonderful. I prefer the iPad mini.
There's another nice app that does green screen. It's really cool. It's called INK.
Yeah.
INK. If you haven't tried that, again, it is a tutorial that's done by a young person, and it's super easy to use.
Cool.
And then it allows you to import that right into your iMovie as well. Doing, D-O-I-N-K. And it's a free. I'm pretty sure it's free. It's not free. It's free.
The kids love playing around with green screen. For the purpose, like I said, for what we've got, they played around with that, but it was just easier to record the sessions because they're recording. They spend all week long recording on their long session, their long pre-recording for Monday, and then they're recording through the week. And there's no allotted time for me to spend with them, except for before school or after school. And a lot of times we come in before school at like about 7:10, 7:15, maybe until 8. Sometimes they're hearing leadership because we're a leader in me school, which lasts about 45 minutes to 8:45. Sometimes the kids are allowed to stay into that time period and work on projects as well. Once a week, if our schedule is not altered, we meet with our STLP group. But I have I have over 30 kids. I think I have 33 in the club right now. Some are doing aviation, some are doing video games, some are doing slot cars, some are doing TCATs, help desk. They're all in different directions. So I just pull out Google Cardboard and I'm like, let's play. Let's do something new. That's usually what I spend my club time doing, something different. Anything you girls want to add? Yeah, the girls actually have a script for you, and while they pass out the script, they're going to help you go through and kind of fill out a script because we, time permitting, I don't know if we have enough time, we would like to help you kind of shoot a news show here with us. That's what we would like to do. I'm going to show you while they pass these out are you guys wondering where you can pick up these scripts and all of this stuff that what we're doing? Are you guys thinking about this? Because if you go to that little, if you scan the little QR code that I gave you, it will take you to our STLP wiki space, and it just tells you about, and I'm not going to go over this because I know you guys can go back and read it later. It tells you about where I started from and all the things I thought about, how I gave them life by creating a logo, because that's their profession, that's their stamp, that went with them. So that's one of the first things I did, identifying a purpose. And then these are all the forms that I created, free to you guys to print them out, PDF, take them, make them your own. But I said at the beginning of summer, I was really excited about this, and I thought, okay, I know what we kind of need, so I developed these scripts, and I actually revamped them over Christmas because we're constantly changing, figuring out new things that we need. So I have our starter script, which is not the script page that you just got. The starter script page is like 5 to 6 pages long. Front and back, it's only like 3. What you guys received today is the morning announcement script. So it's only 1 page. It's really short, simple to the point. I have my job list and the days that those people come in also on this site. And then I have a list. This is just a sample, a template to give you an idea of what my kids do. They could not keep up with which teachers they did interview for the teacher feature or which clubs they did. Some of them didn't. I have 6th graders. They don't even know what clubs are out there for 7th or 8th graders. So this is kind of showing you what I did for our club offerings, how I printed out a form and what it looked like with all the clubs on it, and then the teacher list as well. And what they do is I printed out these forms, and they just go through and they highlight the teachers that have already done, and then you get some teachers, and there's about 5 in our school who refuse to do it, and they tell you no. They'll tell the kids no. And the kids say, okay, they're really professional about it, and they understand some people just, don't like to be on camera, and they'll come back and they'll write, no beside their name. And then we try to think of other ideas that we do. Maybe we could have them answer some questions, and then to get them on the news in a different way that they're more comfortable with. But this is all new, and so we're trying to be very gentle when we do things like that. Club offering, same way. Some clubs we can't really get in there, so one of my kids would just talk about the club and read the description. And then I also included, I didn't have to include these, I don't guess, we visited WBKO, and my Miss Katie brainstormed some questions that she wanted to ask the professionals that were there. So if your kid go visit a new station or to talk with, have someone come in professionally, these are just some questions that you might consider that I threw out there that, that they asked, that they wanted to know from that station. I thought they were really great questions, so I included those on here as well. Because that's one part of this that I really encourage, because the kids gained a whole new perspective from they got to see midday live filmed. At the bottom of this, it just talks about home of the student news, and it has a link to the school's webpage, what I showed you guys earlier. This is 270stlp.wikispaces.com. That's our web address, and you can scan that little QR code and come back. If you guys, do we have time? I don't know if we have time to. I don't think we have time to do their thing. I've got another handout for you guys. You guys get out the other links of those. I've already given them those. And see if they want one of those. It's just like that little freebie for your classroom. Does anyone have any questions for me before? Yes, sir. Yes.
How long are the pre-recorded shows?
We try not to make them more than 5 minutes. This one we showed you guys today was 8. So that was really, but I'll let these guys create it. So this morning when I saw that it was 8, I was like, oh, that's a little long. But I try to make it 5 minutes.
Okay.
Any other questions? Do you feel like you learned a lot? Do I need to do a thumbs up, thumbs down? Do you feel like you learned a lot? We've got giving you plenty of resources? Yes.
Yes.
I do ask this. We have a survey. This will help my guys. They created this survey for you all. If you have a QR scanner on your phone, this will help them at state. They created this just 6th grade at Franklin Simpson Middle School. I sponsor STLP. I have a couple other clubs as well. Our STLP club has grown every year, and I'm very thankful for that. And I'm thankful for the students that take part in STLP. So I'm just a typical teacher telling you how I've got started with this process. Okay, so I'm gonna let my students introduce themselves. I have brought 3 students are from the Student News program, and then I have one of my IT cats, who you can tell she's over here, she knows, hey, this is my thing, she knows. And I'm gonna let them do an introduction. Danielle, do you want me to let them go first? Is that okay? Okay.
Well, we're the Student News. I'm looking forward.
I'm Kinsley Lake. I'm Kevin Predigo.
And basically, we do everything on normal news, just a lot shorter and minus all the drama and everything around the school, really. Sports, happening that week or week.
Maybe during the weather. Interview people. We've been interviewing people today about what's going on. Then we'll go on our newscast that's going this Friday.
Okay, thank you guys, that was good. And I'll give you guys a chance to ask them questions directly and interact more with these guys later. Danielle?
I'm from IT Cats. I'm Danielle Lake, and all we do is help teachers hook up their student computers. And over the summer, we came and hooked up all their new teacher computers.
So she interacts with the technology. Danielle's not really, we're going to have to kind of warm her up to this because she's normally a very quiet type of person. I think she's okay with me telling you guys that. So we'll kind of go easy on her with asking the questions. I know that takes a lot. Thank you for introducing yourself like that. You will not have any trouble getting the information out of these guys. So then fire away at them. So today what we're going to talk about is the session. I'm going to start by covering the basics of the school news program. Things like logo creation, identifying goals and missions, creating the basic formats for students to use, software.
An example of somebody who lives her life to the fullest, and she's very giving and very sharing, and I just like to pick her brain.
Spaghetti and boil the noodles, and didn't make any fancy spaghetti sauces or anything. I just poured the thing in there. But
we're going to pick up an invitation to a parent meeting.
Cats, and welcome to this week's WBLU News.
My idea is a network access point. So at school, do you use a laptop at school? You do? Really? What kind is it? Do you know?
We use Dell Duos.
Oh, really?
And we use Summits.
So are you connecting to a wireless access point that's up on the ceiling? Or do you have a plug that goes into the wall, or from the wall into your laptop? From the ceiling. So you're connecting to a wireless access point. So we sell wireless access points that are really, really fast. Okay? So these access points use a technology called 802.11ac. And that gives the students gigabit wireless to your Dell laptop. Okay? So it's really, really fast. So that when you do, like, say, a video, you have videos that you watch on your laptop. Those videos, sometimes they're choppy, and you can't see them real well, right? And it'll go just for a little bit, then it'll stop, and then it'll go again, it'll stop. Well, our wireless access points are really fast, so you don't do that, and it looks just like your video that you would see on TV.
How do you think this will help other students?
So if students or teachers are in the classroom and you're doing some type of work on your laptop, but the video slows down or it stops the whole class. Or if the students can't connect to the wireless network access points, then you have to ask your teacher, well, I can't get connected, right? So how do I connect? What's wrong? Do you ever do that? Oh, that slows things down, doesn't it? So we don't want to slow you down in the classroom. We want technology to make things faster, not slower.
Have you met any new buyers for these things?
Well, we've met a bunch of new schools, a bunch of new districts that are very interested in our products for sure. So what we do is we let them borrow our equipment and try it out in your classroom and see how it works for them. Well, thank you, Zoe.
Thank you, Casey. Back to the studio.
Headed to Miss Emberton's session.
Hello, and I'm Katie Kilburn, and I'm here with Corey and Steven.
What do you think of Kissy?
I think of Kissy as a way for all teachers and teachers alike, anyone that's in the school system that deals with technology all day, to have a better interaction, learn more about technology, and just get to connect with more teachers and make friends in that technology environment with education.
Have you become friends with anybody new?
I've met so many people here this year and last year. You stay friends with people you've met. You make new friends every year, and you continue to come back to meet the same people, meet new people. You broaden your horizons, so to speak. A lot of these people I didn't know had the same issues I would have, or the same commonalities that I would have, and we've all kind of cemented together, and I can help them and they can help me, and that's what makes this place great.
Thank you. Back to the studio.
Good morning, Wildcats. We're here with Brian from Kisti, and we're going to ask him a couple questions. How has the weather affected the attendance at Kisti?
It's down. There are all of these people right here, and there's two more boxes like it haven't shown up yet. We're holding out hope that they'll be here, but they're not here yet. It's waiting.
How many people do you think are here so far?
Easily 12. I mean, I don't know. There are quite a few people here. I mean, several hundred, but we're down several hundred.
Have you met any new people from Kisti?
Have I met any new people at the Kisti conference? Or yeah, there's been a lot of new people that I've met. Some people who are new this year, and just some teachers from other school districts that I haven't met.
How do you think Kisti is impacting other people's technology?
I hope that people are learning from other people in other school districts things that they didn't know, things that are working in their districts, and then they're taking them back to their schools and using them with their students so their students can learn.
Thank you, Ryan. Back to the studio.
Hello, I'm Katie Kilburn, and I'm here with Brooke. What have you learned so far?
Well, I have learned lots of things. Makerspace session, I had tons of really cool information about, turning your library into a cool makerspace. I personally am not a librarian, but it had a lot of good resources, so.
That's really cool.
Thank you.
Have you become friends with anybody new this year?
Well, there's this one girl. She has blonde hair and she's really country. When she talks, she's not even listening. Her name's Miss Emberton. She's my new friend. Actually, I met Miss Emberton last year at Kisti. So yeah, Kisti is like it's a gathering place of really cool techie people. So I make new friends every year for sure. Is that it? Do you want me to sing the Star Spangled Banner to close it out? Oh, say, can you see? Kisti out.
Thank you, and back to the studio.
Now to Reagan with the weather.
Hi, I'm Reagan Coffee with the weather. Monday, it'll be partly cloudy at the high is 55 and the low is 34. On Tuesday, it'll be partly cloudy with a high 59 and a low of 39. On Wednesday, it'll be partly cloudy with a high 63 and a low of 43. On Thursday, it'll be partly cloudy with a high 66 and a low of 45. On Friday, it'll be showers with a high of 64 and a low of 46. Thank you.
That's all for now. Thanks for watching and
have a wonderful day, Kisti.